he can duplicate week up over 100 and
to prepare for this game. Totally agree with. Great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Now a throw here to his running back. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. L.A. set to take over again on offense, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Connection made here, Goff to Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again. Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Goff throwing again. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that will be incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 4th down, Goff. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. The 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
27-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And some room to roam now.
That it?
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Leonard Fournette, for a big back, he can cover a lot of ground, and he showed off the athleticism there as he broke off a big one.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 1st down, Goff. A quick pass to Kupp. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
10 at the 45-yard line.
On the ground, it's Akers. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after one.
Rams nothing.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Goff under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Vita Vea gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That's out to the left flat and complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Jared Goff sacked. Fumble on the play.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 9-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And this is going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's taken at around the 40. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for him.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
10-yard line.
Seven yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A gain of 15.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. It's their quarterback. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper.
Set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg, and that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly
That's
clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A gain of 22 yards.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
11 yards there, first down.
Play. First down, Tampa Bay.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 17 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job.
A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crosses.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
37-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Rams on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. A toss running left, Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Rams have got it back. A little careless with the football, and he also also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it on one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Goff now looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun. Goff. Catch made. It's Moreau. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Goff on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Take for 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup and let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
brings up
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 8. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Eluding the pressure, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now looking to throw. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Goff throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bucs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.
Thank you.